just as cool on the inside.
But it sure is creepy. This is only the entrance. The labyrinth lies beyond the doorway at the top of the stairs.
First, we'll have you three get a feel for this place. Why don't you go have a look around?
What? By ourselves? We're not asking you to go very far, and I'll be feeding you information from here.
So you two didn't plan on coming in the first place?
That's right. We're also going to appoint a leader to make any necessary decisions.
For real? One of us? Me, pick me.
You're in charge.
Wait, why him? He doesn't look like a leader.
But he has fought them before.
Seriously?
That's true, but there's another reason. You two. Can you summon your persona without any difficulties like he can?
Yeah, of course I can.
You don't sound very sure of yourself, Junpei.
I think so.
These are shadows we're talking about here. Without your persona, you're screwed.
I'm aware of that.
You see a strange door. You used the velvet key.
I've been waiting for you. The time has come for you to wield your power. The tower that you are about to venture into. How did it come to be? For what purpose does it exist? Regrettably, you are not yet capable of answering these questions. That is why you must be made aware of the nature of your power.
The nature of my power?
Your power is unique. It's like the number 0. It's empty, but at the same time holds infinite possibilities. You, my boy, are able to possess multiple personas and summon them as needed. And when you have defeated your enemies, you will see the faces of possibility before you. There may be times when they are difficult to grasp, but do not fear. Seize what you have earned. Your power will grow accordingly. Be sure to keep that in mind. My spare time will soon be scarce, but please, come again of your own accord. I'll tell you then about my true role, the manner in which I can best assist you. Until then, farewell.
Farewell. I'll be looking forward to it, Igor.
Hey, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, what's up? You look like a zombie.
Nothing.
Don't tell me you just dozed off. You're like that coach who fell asleep during the championship game. Come on, man. You're supposed to be our leader.
Cut him some slack. If nothing's wrong, then let's get going.
Before we do get going, unless it just... Okay, no, we're good. You can check your own status by pressing the triangle button, and you can save your progress by accessing the clock to the left of the entrance. Yeah, right here is the save point. And yep, now we have our menu, so we can check our skills. And we can't use anything in the menu here. You can only really use healing in the menu here. Got our items, which is absolutely nothing. Some our equipment and our key items. And personas, again, we can't really... You cannot dismiss a persona that's currently assigned. We'll just have no personas. Yeah, we can check our just personas and it's like details and everything here. You know. Once we get level 6, we get Tarunda with Orpheus, which I believe is you lower an enemy's attack with that. Can check our equipment. Right now, we don't really have anything. The portable music player is our accessory. It doesn't do anything, really. Our status. And we can check our social links, of which we have one! The Fool. Which shows us everyone who's involved, which is these 4. And then lastly, we have the systems, which is just... Right, the calendar's in here, so you can see if there are events upcoming. Showa Day is on the 29th. Quests, we don't have any of those. That'll come up later. Fusion spells will come up later. Dictionary, if there's any terms that, you know, you don't really understand, you can go in there and you can read about them, and then just config, which is just like settings and stuff. Or you can go back to the title, which, if you haven't saved, don't do that. Anyway, with all that taken care of, let's just talk to everyone, see what's up, and then we'll head in. Since Yukari and Junpei have no real experience in battle, make sure you back them up. Don't worry, I won't push you too hard. You'll be just fine. Motorcycle. Do you mind not touching that? I use it to transport delicate equipment necessary for gathering information. Sure thing. Alright, let's do this. I'll prove that I should be in charge. We can check his status here. See what he's got on. See what his persona has. He just has Cleave right now, and his persona is Hermes of the Magician Arcana. Orpheus is of the Fool Arcana. It's strong against fire, weak against wind. And then Yukari. So, this is Tartarus. She is an archer. Junpei has, like, two-handed swords, by the way. And her persona is Io of the Lover's Arcana. Weak against electricity, strong against wind. Right now, she just has Dia, which is a healing spell. Anyway, that all taken care of. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Let's go. Good luck. Thank you. Much appreciated.
So, this is it, huh?
I hope I don't get lost.
Can you all hear me?
Whoa, is that you, Senpai?
I'll be providing audio backup from here on out.
Wait, you mean you can see inside here?
It's my persona's ability. I'd like to join you, but the structure of Tartarus changes from day to day. That's why outside support is imperative.
Well, that makes me feel a whole lot better.
Now, based on your current location, you can expect to encounter enemies at any minute. They shouldn't be too tough, but proceed with caution. Practice makes perfect.
Right.
Got it. Why is she always like that?
Everything okay, Yukari? Let's begin. Keep in mind, these are real battles you'll be engaging in. Now, see if you can eliminate all the shadows wandering around on this floor. Alright, so, as she said, Tartarus's layout changes from day to day. So, whenever you enter it, you pretty much just have a randomly generated dungeon with shadows and chests that are all around it. The layout is... It's pretty... like, it generates in blocks like this, but it is randomly generated. So the goal is to basically grind as you go and get to the stairs, as well as pick up any treasures you find. And right now, we're in the very first group of floors, of course, the Thebel. We'll get to later floors, which will have different, like, ambiances later, but right now, this is pretty much what we got. So let's advance. We got a snuff soul. That's a pretty useful item. That recharges our SP, which is super helpful because it's one of the only ways we can do that. Like, items are the only ways to restore SP, as far as I remember, outside of, I think, some accessories, but I don't know if those accessories are in Persona 3 or not. They might not be. I just know that they're in 5. And alternatively, you can just leave the dungeon, and that'll restore all your stats. HP is a lot easier to increase than SP is, because also SP recovery items are a lot rarer. So there's our first shadow. Watch out! I detect a shadow in front of you. Move in and hit it before it attacks you. Press the X button to use your weapon. If you can hit an enemy before it hits you, then you'll have the advantage at the start of the battle. Yeah, so whenever you're fighting enemies, you always want to attack it like so. Because if it hits you, it'll attack first and might catch you off guard.
About your power, but nevertheless, you have minimal combat experience. Would you like me to explain the basics of battle?
No thanks, I think I got it covered.
Okay. Then I want you to defeat the enemy before you. Try using both the skill and attack options.
Alright, before we do that, there's something we need to address here. So, party members. In FES, you cannot control your party members. They will act on their own according to their own AI. In Portable and in future Persona games, this has changed. You can control your party members in those ones. And for that reason, FES, and I guess original Persona 3, has a hard barrier of entry for some people. For a lot of people, which I get. So, if this bugs you, Portable is probably the one you're going to want to go with. But FES is the one that I'm familiar with, and it doesn't bother me too much. You just want to make sure to assign your tactics. And so act freely, the characters will do whatever they want. Heal and support, they will give priority to both healing moves or stat up / stat down attacks. So Junpei has neither, so he'll just end up attacking. Assign target, it's pretty straightforward. If you want to attack a specific enemy, then you can have him attack a specific enemy. And stand by, you can just have him wait. I don't see a point in doing that, at least not that I remember. Junpei I'll have on act freely, but Yukari I'm going to have her give priority to support, because she is the one with the sports. And then Mitsuru, you can just, like, analyze the enemy.
Roger. I'll attempt to analyze the enemy.
And she'll try to give you, like, information about the enemy, like weaknesses and stuff. Anyway. Let's use Augie on it and see what happens. It's weak to it. So, when you hit an enemy's weak point for the first time, you will knock it over. And then one of two things could happen. It'll either give you a once more, which will give you another chance to attack, which is very nice, but you can only do that once per enemy. You have to, like, knock the enemy down to give it a once more, so assume we relented here, and then Junpei hit it with Augie before it got back up. It would just do damage, he wouldn't get a once more for it. But, alternatively, since this is the only enemy, if you have knocked down all enemies on the field, you will get an all-out attack, which, if we do... everyone in your party will attack for a good chunk of damage to all enemies on the field. So, the name of the game at this point is pretty much you want to figure out enemy weaknesses and hit them all in quick succession, and then just finish them all off with an all-out attack. But of course, since you can only control yourself, and we only have fire skills at this point, that's not exactly something that will, be able to do immediately, depending on what weaknesses all the enemies get. But later on, as Igor said, we'll get new personas and we can switch freely between them. So it's a good idea to have, like, good elemental coverage, so you can just keep hitting weaknesses like that. There should be a staircase nearby. Do you see it? A staircase is the only way to proceed to the next floor. I can't allow you to go any higher today, but please remember it next time. Yeah, the next time we'll come to Tartarus, our goal will be to rise as quickly as possible, so we'll be doing that. But first, we still want to defeat all the shadows. There's another shadow ahead of you. You'll be at a disadvantage if the enemy gets the first hit, so try to surprise your opponents and strike first. If you're able to strike the enemy before you are spotted, then you will gain the initiative. On the other hand, if the enemy hits you first, the opposite will occur. So yeah, I think what it's getting at there is that we can... I believe we can, like, sneak up behind enemies and attack. This might be misremembering. This might be something that's only in future Persona games. Like, if we sneak up behind it and a hit... Yeah, before it notices us, I believe we get an advantage.
Now's a good time for me to explain about attack properties, which are important to consider during battle. Do you want to know more?
This is like elemental attacks, is it not? Just because I'm not 100% sure what you mean by attack properties, because I would never refer to it that way. Go through it just to be sure.
Every type of attack is for example, swords can be used to...
Okay, yeah, this is just elemental attacks, which I've been over.
Deal greater damage to an enemy that's weak. With my power, I can
Yeah, so she can analyze and figure out. The first time the enemy is animalized? Yeah, you may have to wait a while for results. But from then on, whenever you analyze that particular enemy, you'll receive the results right away. When you are selecting your target, if a question mark appears above the enemy, then that particular enemy has not been previously analyzed. You can select Analyze from the Tactics menu, or press the L1 button to issue this request. Yeah, I understand.
The enemies you're facing have a weakness.
Yeah, I already know what the weakness is. It is Augie. So, let's just not let our party members attack at all. So, here, we get a once more, so we can just attack the other one like this. Orpheus!
You struck the enemy's weak point.
Here's a chance. Let's get him. Get back here, you son of a...
I love that voice cut. Get back here, you son of a...
What a stunning victory.
Thank you. Ooh, we got a revival bead. That helps, that lets us, if a party member dies, we can bring them back with that, which is pretty nice. Pretty nifty. Alright, what's in this chest? Medicine. Healing item. And it looks like there's just one more shadow on this floor. There seems to be another there seems to be a shadow just around the corner. Approach carefully to avoid being spotted. The map will prove quite useful as you explore, so use it often. I'm gonna avoid it for now because I just want to see what's down here. The goal today is to gain experience in battle. Running away is not an option. Return immediately and eliminate the shadows. Mitsuru, I wanted to explore. Fine. Let's just attack. It doesn't look like sneaking up on the enemy really does anything.
Exploit the enemy's weakness in the last battle.
Weren't you watching? Of course I was. So yeah, you just want to get your attack in first is what matters. But in future Persona games, if you attack an enemy without it noticing you, you do get a bonus for that. But for now, it's just attack.
If you didn't already notice, doing so will also grant you an additional attack. Would you like more details?
No, I'm good, Mitsuru.
Then proceed with the battle.
I figured it out.
Use what you've learned to quickly dispose of the enemy.
Mm-hmm. Let's just bring them all down.
You attack the enemy's weak point.
Man, Persona music is so funky fresh. God bless mass destruction. Oh yeah, da 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 da, baby baby, da 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 da. Oh yeah, da 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 da, baby baby, da 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 da.
Even stronger.
So in the bottom, oh wait, shuffle time. Never mind. Let's do this first. So, mysterious cards have appeared in your mind. You wonder if this is what Igor was talking about. After a battle, you will occasionally have the opportunity to select a card from the ones shuffled before your eyes. If you pick a card with a persona on it, then you will receive that persona. There are other cards, each of which have a unique effect or reward. Keep an eye on the card you want to try and pick it. So, yeah, The like leaf-looking things, I believe those are wands, and those, I believe, give a boost to experience in Persona 3. I'm actually going to quickly double-check this and look it up, just because what each card does differs a little bit from game to game. So yeah, okay, so swords, the red ones, those just give you weapons, which is pretty nice. Yeah, the wands increase experience earned by battle. And the numbers in the corners determine the percentage of increase. At just rank 1, it's just 1.2 times experience, which is just a little bit more. So now we're going to press X. We're going to go for the one on the left because that's a Persona card. That grants us a new Persona to use, and I think that's the most useful for now. So let's do that. So let's keep an eye on that one. I believe it ended up over here. You have chosen the card with the Persona Pixie. You have welcomed Pixie into your heart. I sure have. Akira Suzuki felt a surge of energy. Hell yeah, level up! Did no one else level up? Just us? Damn. Get it together, Yukari and Junpei. Oh no, she leveled up. It just doesn't give us a splash screen for them. Right, that's right. But yeah, now we can switch between personas, so we can switch between Orpheus and Pixie. And Pixie just has healing for now. So Orpheus is going to be more useful to us at the given moment. Wait, let's actually quickly look at what Pixie is weak to. I forget. It's weak to nothing, but it is strong against electricity. That's nice. Alright, let's go. Looks like we still got more shadows to kill. Yep, there's one. I detect a shadow up ahead. How are you feeling? If you or another party member is in bad shape, then use healing items prior to engaging the enemy. If you don't have anything on hand, then ask Takaba to heal you. You should make a habit of checking your status before entering a battle. We're fine, we haven't been hit at all. But yeah, you can just ask Yukari and just request healing, and then she'll heal everyone to full HP. We aren't at full HP because of our level ups, but like, it's fine. Four of them.
There is a better way to defeat all of your enemies in battle than to attack them in
You're talking about an all-out attack, yes?
You can perform an all-out attack. Would you care to hear more about this?
No, thanks. I've done it already, Mitsuru.
That concludes the basics of battle. But there's one last thing I need to tell you. Shadows become stronger the further you advance. If you don't think you can win a battle, retreat at once.
These are the very, like, it's true. You don't want to fight battles you can't win, but Mitsuru, we're fine. This is floor 1. These are basics.
There will be times, however, when an escape will be impossible.
Boss battles and mini bosses, pretty much.
This battle is one of those times. Good luck.
And also, I think there's just a chance for escape to fail sometimes. But we're fine. All we gotta do is just spam Augie over and over and over and over again, and these guys will all go down, and we'll have no SP, and Yukari and Junpei will have done not a lot, but it's fine. They're here for moral support. They're here to look pretty. There we go.
You attacked the enemy's weak point.
And it's time for an all-out attack.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Shovel time. We've already got Pixie, so I'm gonna go for... Let's go for a weapon. Why not? It's right where it started. Sword, ranked 1. Obtained imitation katana. I feel like that's probably what Junpei already has equipped. Oh, that's not who I want to equip. Yo, Junpei. Let's, check your equipment. Yeah, you just have an imitation katana equipped. Looks real, but... Well, I guess we can we can take this opportunity to discuss that. So, the protagonist, Akira here, he can equip any weapon type except for 2. He can't equip knives and guns, I believe, are the special weapon type. But though, because those get used by very specific characters, and you'll see why. But any other weapon type he can equip. So one-handed swords, two-handed swords, bow and arrow, spears, I believe, is one, and like boxing gloves, fisticuffs, which is always hilarious to me that you can equip like archery, like a bow and arrow and boxing glove, because like let's take Akihiko for example. He's a boxer. He's been on the boxing grind for years. And then you're just some new second-year upstart, picks up gloves for the first time, and it's already better than him. Akihiko must be pissed. But like, let's equip the imitation katana for now. Why not, right? And there we go. We now have a two-handed sword, which is huge. We're not gonna get to use it in this exploration because, well, we've already killed everything, I'm pretty sure. Unless there are more shadows on the floor and Mitsuru's just like, hey, the tutorial's over. But there's one more, I guess. But if so, we'll do it. That's odd. Usually there are more shadows on the prowl. Well, at least you gained some experience in battle. Let's go back to the dorm for today. There should be an access point somewhere on that floor. You can use it to return to the entrance. Since there aren't any enemies to worry about, why don't you split up and search individually? Just tell the other party members what you'd like them to do. So yeah, if we so desire, we can say split up, and the party members will all run around on their own and try and like fight enemies they come across and pick up treasures. I don't like to do that though, because if I'm remembering correctly, if a party member finds a treasure chest with money in it, I think they take the money. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong there. Wait, do we have to... We have to issue the order to... Fine. Okay, so yeah, I guess we may as well demonstrate it here. So yeah, they'll just run around and uncover the map and look for things. So Yukari found the access point. Let's keep going. I want to pick up treasure chests before we use the access point. So yeah, if your party member finds the access point, you can go back right away, which I guess is pretty nice. But yeah, they're just running around doing their thing. The whole map's uncovered. Let's go back for now. All right, let's return.
Welcome back. So, how was it?
No problem.
I see. Well, if you gained confidence, that's the best thing you could have achieved.
Wow, I never knew I had that kind of power. We kicked some ass. But damn, I'm beat.
That's because you were bouncing around like a little kid.
Yeah, you look pretty tired yourself, Yucatan.
I'm still trying to catch my breath, actually.
That's the effect of the dark hour. You'll become fatigued more easily. Don't worry, though. You'll adapt. But I'm surprised. You all did much better than I expected. At this rate, they'll catch up to you in no time, Akihiko.
We'll see about that.
A mysterious voice rings in your head. Thou art I, and I am thou. Thou shalt have our blessing when thou choosest to create a persona of the Fool Arcana. The C's social link has reached level 2. Your power to create personas of the Fool Arcana has grown. From now on, you'll select your party from here before you enter Tartarus. I'll explain the details some other time. Très bien. You did very well today. Now let's head back to the dorm. You guys did a great job, but you won't have to shoulder the burden forever. If only I hadn't gotten injured. If only. Dude, I can't take it anymore. I'm starving. I'm feeling tired. Let's go back. Sure. We're still in good condition. I guess I should explain this a little bit now, though, before we end. So, our condition is affected largely by going to Tartarus. The more you do by Tartarus, the more your condition will worsen. And if your condition is in not as great shape, then your attacks will miss more often in Tartarus, and your character will have a harder time concentrating, things like that. And it replenishes over time, but you can also replenish it by random chance going to the bathroom or by sleeping in class. Whatever you do, just manage it and don't take exhausted characters into Tartarus if you can help it, basically. And after special battles, which happen at certain points on the calendar rather than just exploring Tartarus, you'll get extra sick, but we'll get to that. Anyway, after that successful bout into Tartarus, I believe this is as good a place as any to end things off. So, thank you so very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time, when things should actually open up a little more, actually, which is very nice. But until then, I hope you're all having a fantastic day.